All right, let's talk a little bit about the personal selling and sales management again, but let's this time talk about sales management ideas. The sales management process involves a sales plan, an implementation, and a sales force evaluation. And while in many places we talk more about the planning process, it's important to understand that a sales plan is designing a plan, implementing a plan, and then evaluating the plan to see whether or not it's working. The one thing about jobs in sales is that there is a fairly easy way to evaluate the success. Of course, that's in terms of sales. Some decisions that sales managers have to make. One is organizing the sales force. One of the first questions is, should a company have a sales force? UNLV is a state university. Much of the money that we use to run our university is determined by the number of students that enroll. Should we have a sales force? And if we do, should we be using independent agents or our own people? And of course, we need to be thinking about the costs and the results of doing these sorts of things. But there is this question about whether any company needs to have a sales force or not. The next question then would be the structure of the sales force. Is our sales force going to be structured based on different types of customers, the different types of products we have, or maybe the different geographies? That is, we have a salesperson for each particular part of the country. This is an important decision, and it's really based on the idea of how you think this structure best meets your customers' needs and is the most efficient and effective way to sell your products. One idea in this idea of organizing the sales force is to having key account managers. A good friend of mine is a key account manager for a carpet company. And his job is to go around and sell. He only handles the largest accounts. Hotel chains is most of his focus, and so he will sell something like he'll go to Diamond Resorts, or he might sell to the Hilton Vacation Villas or things like that. And of course, all of his sales are huge amounts of money, but they require a highly focused person who knows how to manage those kinds of accounts. And so in many cases, our best salespeople are our key account managers. Sales force management also requires the recruitment of a good sales force and a qualified sales force. To do this, we need to understand what the job is going to look like. We need to have job descriptions. We need to understand the emotional intelligence necessary to be successful. And then once we hire a sales force, we need to think about training, whether it's on the job training or some sort of sales seminar types of training. And then finally, we talk about a sales management manager has to decide on the sales force motivation and compensation. Will our sales force be operating on a straight salary, a straight commission, or some sort of combination of that? Or will I use some other non-monetary motivators to try to get my sales force to do the best job that they can for our company?